afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now live at 4 on this sticky Tuesday.
Yeah, a little bit of rain outside, too.
Yeah, a little drink for the gardens.
That's right. A little later this hour, we're going to be taking your calls and questions for Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company. So be thinking about what you'd like to ask, and Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in, and it's almost back to school with Shyla Murgain. She's going to have some good advice for parents.
For kids that don't want to go back to school?
Yeah, those two.
That would have been me. But first, here's what's making news on this Tuesday. The trial continues in Columbia County for a semi-truck driver who allegedly crashed into a school bus while under the influence. With recent shootings in Texas and Ohio that have taken the lives of dozens, police in Rock County are taking steps to prepare as if it were to happen here in southern Wisconsin. And there's renewed calls for gun safety legislation in the wake of the recent mass shootings, what the White House and lawmakers are discussing. Let's take a look outside today. It's sort of popcorn rain and showers. If you waited 5 minutes, the weather changes a little bit. Didn't last long. It rained in my house at noon. When I came back to work, not a drop. Yeah, not a drop at the station. But more's on the way, perhaps. The weather words? We're off to a good start. I think some rain and a little cooler, I think is what it was going to say. Dana Fulton is in the backyard. There she is.
You're right. A little rain, a little cooler. I know we sent the email. I know that happened.
I typed it in.
Okay. So, all right. Booth. It was definitely on the booth then. Right now, actually, I'm looking up. We have a nice clear blue sky, a lot of sunshine. Mark's right. We did have some isolated showers earlier this afternoon. In fact, when I was taking Penny out on a walk around noon, big dark clouds, the showers popped up and then very quickly went away. And we're going to continue to see that kind of effect over the next few hours for this evening. Here's a live look with our Edgewater sky cam. Again, a few showers right now. Some heavier rainfall, though, entering parts of Rock County. A little bit of lightning there around Janesville also. If you're hearing the rumbles of thunder, maybe a good idea to step inside real quick. Certainly don't put up the umbrella. Looking at our Doppler track, we don't have any big swaths of rain moving on in, but those thunderstorm chances are possible for the rest of this evening, mostly due to the humidity and our temperatures. We're in the 70s around Madison, but 82 for us in Mineral Point right now and 80 in Platteville and in Monroe. So it is a little warm outside, and our dew points, of course, still very, very high. Close to 70 in Madison. It does still feel sticky outside. Tomorrow, we're looking at a very cloudy day. It's going to be much cooler with our temperatures, but this trend of showers and thunderstorms popping up just continuing into your Wednesday. We'll take a closer look, though, at that full work week in just a few minutes. Right now, of course, we want to see what's going on the roads. A little traffic update. Overall, things not looking too bad. If we can get the graphic to move. There we go. Overall, the Beltline, again, not having very many hiccups. The eastbound side a little slower than what we would see about a few hours ago. Pretty usual for this time of day. Speeds down to about 30 miles per hour, but the westbound side doesn't look too bad around DeForest. Things are okay. A few slowdowns, though, around Waunakee. Do plan on a little longer commute in that direction. Janesville to the Beltline taking a little longer than usual, about 29 minutes, 17 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and to get from Sun Prairie to downtown on this popcorn shower evening. I like that phrase, Susan. We're going to stick with that for tonight.
Just keep the umbrella handy, I guess.
Yes.
All right, then. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, Dana. First at 4, the trial of a trucker accused of driving under the influence and hitting the back of a school bus resumes in Columbia County Court. Eric Franke joins us now with more details about today's testimony in the case against Wayne Murphy. Eric?
Mark and Susan Murphy faces 46 charges in all, 10 of them serious felonies that could result in a massive prison sentence. He was behind the wheel of that big rig back in May of 2018, traveling northbound on the interstate in Columbia County when he struck the back of a school bus, parked on the shoulder, dealing with some mechanical issues. Now, Monday, we heard from witnesses traveling along the interstate who testified they saw Murphy driving erratically between Janesville and the crash scene near Lodi before he hit that bus. Today, we heard from the state trooper who conducted field sobriety tests on Murphy at the scene.
Him admitting that he sees the school bus a quarter mile down the road, but yet he still runs into it. Him indicating to me that he took medication, and his admitting that he took more medication than what the prescribed amount was, at least on the bottle. His overall demeanor, as far as not really concerned with the situation, seemed odd.
And Trooper Splinter testified that Murphy said nothing after the crash to him about the truck being top heavy or the wind being a factor, talking to police after the crash. Now, those were things Murphy's attorney alluded to in his opening statement yesterday that we might hear from Murphy when he takes the stand later this week. Dozens of middle schoolers were on that bus heading for the Dells. It was a year-end field trip. 5 of them were seriously injured, and we will hear from one of the students on the bus who testified in court today. That'll be next hour on News 3 now at 5.
We will see you then. Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.
Violence has erupted again in Hong Kong, this time at the airport. Police clashed with anti-government protesters at Hong Kong's International Airport. The scuffles broke out last night on day 5 of what had been a peaceful sit-in. Authorities continue to cancel flights after protesters took over the terminals. Some wore eye patches to condemn the use of force, saying police officers are firing on demonstrators at close range. For 10 weeks, demonstrators have been calling for more democracy and condemning police violence.
President Trump has moved ahead with a rule change that could make it harder for legal immigrants to become permanent residents or U.S. citizens. The administration announced it is expanding the definition of the public charge rule to make it harder for legal immigrants to become permanent residents if they are likely to use government assistance, including Medicaid, food stamps, and subsidized housing. President Trump has long said America should have a merit-based immigration policy.
I'm tired of seeing our taxpayers paying for people to come into the country and immediately go on to welfare and various other things.
This is a rule that's going to impact primarily low and moderate working families.
The National Immigration Law Center is suing to block the rule, claiming it is racially motivated.
Both Congress and the president are calling for gun reform legislation a little more than a week after horrific mass shootings in El Paso, Texas and Dayton, Ohio that killed 31 people. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are still debating exactly what to do and how to do it.
President Trump insists Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell will move on gun legislation when Congress returns next month.
He wants to do background checks, and I do too, and I think a lot of Republicans do.
House Democrats and gun control advocates gathered on Capitol Hill to urge the Senate to take up legislation the House passed in February. H.R. 8 expands background checks for private firearm purchases at gun shows and online.
Is it the solution to all this violence? It is not. But 95% of Americans support it because they believe it is a significant and important step to take.
The Senate Majority Leader has said discussions right now are focusing on background checks and support for state-level red flag laws. The White House has said the president and the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, have been reaching out to lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
There's no place in America where you can feel safe from gun violence.
Gun violence prevention advocate Christian Heine says Congress must pass a law with real substance.
We need to make sure that this is in earnest, that there is a path forward for this meaningful change to take place, and that those bills are true bills.
House Republican Mike Turner and a number of Democrats have also expressed support for an assault weapons ban. Turner's daughter was nearby when a gunman opened fire, killing 9 people in his Dayton, Ohio district. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And this weekend, the Brady campaign and other gun control advocates will hold a rally in cities throughout the country and demand congressional action on guns. Law enforcement agencies in Rock County are taking on some serious training today.
Officers from all over the county are simulating a mass shooting at a middle school. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with why they say this is such an important exercise. Adam?
Well, Mark and Susan, with recent shootings in California, Texas, and Ohio, the sergeant I talked to today said today's training could not be coming at a better time, as departments from Janesville, Beloit, and elsewhere practice how they would respond to an active shooter at Marshall Middle School in Janesville. Now, they did give us a behind-the-scenes look at this training, which featured how to clear rooms, how to provide the immediate care to victims, and even simulated the rapid response they say is so necessary for a situation like this. But they do say this is just the first step in eliminating the issue.
I mean, how as a society do we stop this from happening? I don't have the answers to that, and it's plaguing every chief of police and sheriff across the country. You know, it's the magic question that everyone wants answered, and I don't know that we have all the answers. You know, there's steps that we've taken to address, you know, mental health and, you know, officer training, but some of those things only go so far. It's going to take societal change.
Sergeant Norm says today's training is all about building up muscle memory for these responding officers so that if they did ever find themselves responding to the real thing, they would know exactly what to do. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll take another closer look at the training and tactics being learned today and how they could be responsible for keeping you or your loved ones safe.
Looking forward to that. We'll see you at 6 o'clock. Adam Duxter reporting live from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette. Thank you, sir.
Still to come at 4, nothing beats sitting out on the deck on a warm summer evening.
But Wisconsin's weather can take a toll on them. What are the best materials to use if you're building or replacing a deck? Consumer Reports has some advice. Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, Dunkin' is proving it is never too early for pumpkin spice.
I told you, I've seen the pumpkin stuff all over town. I know.
It's summer.
Here
it's
we
August.
go. The coffee and donut chain released its new fall lineup featuring favorites like pumpkin-flavored coffees, donuts, and muffins. Dunkin' also unveiled new seasonal treats like apple cider donuts and munchkins and the cinnamon sugar pumpkin signature latte. It's fall, Mark.
I
it's
guess
almost
so.
here.
It's done.
The official launch of the new fall-inspired array of goodies is August 21st, but 8 restaurants across the U.S. are celebrating a week early and rebranding from Dunkin' to Pumpkin, and will serve free pumpkin-flavored coffees on Wednesday. Dunkin' hasn't revealed the participating locations yet, but the first letters of 7 of the cities will spell out the word pumpkin. So could one of those be Madison? Maybe.
Well, it could. There's an M.
Yeah, we'll see.
What city begins with U? Urbana?
State or city?
I think it's a city.
Utica?
Urbana?
It could be. I could spend the rest of the show thinking about that.
Well, a delay on some Chinese import tariffs made investors happy on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 372 points, closing at 26,279. The NASDAQ Composite Index gained 152. The S&P 500 was up 42. Well, no matter if you live in the city, the suburbs, or the countryside, a deck can add value to your home and enhance your outdoor living space.
Consumer Reports' latest tests reveal which decking materials can stand up to wear, tear, and weather. Our Leah Linscheid reports.
Pierre Garcia is replacing the existing rotted wood on this deck with a manufactured or composite decking material.
It's easy to no maintenance.
That convenience comes with a higher price tag, but it also includes a 25-year warranty. These are just some of the considerations you'll want to make when building a deck. Consumer Reports is currently testing a variety of decking materials, including yellow pine wood, aluminum, and composite.
You want your decking to last, so we test deck boards to see if they resist flexing, slipping, staining, and surface damage.
Here, sharp and blunt objects are dropped onto the decking material to assess how it resists denting. And this test determines how well a material resists bending under a heavy load.
After we test the decking samples here, we send them out to Florida and Arizona, where we let them sit out under the sun for a year at a time.
Then the samples are sent back to CR and put through the same tough lab tests. That cycle is repeated 2 more times for a total of 3 years.
Because we have such a rigorous process, it's going to be another couple years before we have overall scores for each of the models in our ratings.
Here's a sneak peek at how things are stacking up. The best for your money, southern yellow pine, about 70 cents a square foot. It doesn't bend under heavy loads, and it's less slippery than most other materials. But it does soak up the stains and is prone to surface damage, and natural wood doesn't come with a warranty. On the other hand, today's composite decking resists stains and stands up to surface damage better than pine. Consider Fiberon Horizon composite decking for about $2.90 a square foot. Consumer Reports expects to wrap up the full testing in 2020. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid.
A vinyl material, it's called Certainteed Evernew Decking, is performing well so far too, and it costs about $2.75 a square foot.
Considering aluminum, CR says it's tough, rigid, and slip resistant, but extremely expensive, and no one's ever going to mistake it for wood.
Yeah, we have a wood one, and it has to be treated and painted every year. It's a big job.
Get the composite, I guess. Well, there's more to come at 4, including a look at the new trend, glamping. Why people are choosing to camp with a little more glamour.
And then coming up tonight at 5, Amanda Quintana gets a look at the Northern Lightning training, where the military is testing some of the most advanced aircraft in the world.
We'll take a look at this. A group of California first responders had some fun with a T-Rex race that took place at the California County Fair over the weekend. I love these things. Grass Valley firefighters and police officers stepped into the inflatable dinosaur costumes to battle it out. While everybody gave it a valiant effort, the firefighters came out on top with a narrow win.
They are just so funny. They just make you smile.
They just make you laugh.
So great.
Mowing the lawn, snow blowing, and here they are racing.
Oh, man. Especially when they're running, the heads are just flopping around.
I bet they're hard to run in, too.
I bet they're hot.
You can see, where is their...
Right under the
oh, yes,
the
that
chin.
little square, that's where you look out.
Little arms.
Well, Mexico's majestic, I think this is right, Popocatépetl volcano, who knows, erupted this morning.
It's a dramatic show of ash, water vapor, and gas under a canopy of stars. The dramatic eruption happened at 5:43 local time. It spewed ash following by an incandescent rock. Shortly after sunrise, a new plume of ash and gas emerged from the snow-capped crater, reaching some 3,200 feet in the blue sky. The volcano is over 17,000 feet tall and is the second highest mountain in Mexico and the fifth highest in North America.
That would be something to see.
That's
that.
crazy. At night,
Yeah.
Very wild.
They have a camera trained on that all the time, so.
Ah, okay. So that's why they were able to get that. But beautiful colors, though.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. Liking from a distance.
Yes.
One thing we don't have around here is volcanoes.
No volcanoes around here for us. Right now, just some isolated showers and thunderstorms, really. It's still a little muggy outside, unfortunately. In Madison, we got this nice blue sky, but notice if we were looking towards the southwest corner of Dane County, there are some storms there right now. But we'll take a closer look at what's ahead right after the break. So overall, tonight we're looking at those popcorn showers and isolated thunderstorms. We do have a little bit of lightning with the storm moving just south of Janesville right now. No watches or warnings currently. That's the good news, but we may see some heavier rain at times with these isolated storms coming through the rest of this evening, and maybe a few isolated strong wind gusts with some of these stronger storms too. A few heavy rain showers in Iowa and Grant County and up towards Camp Douglas. We also have some showers. Now the last 24 hours are a heavy line of rain. Really lining up with that spot that we saw the heavy rain come through on Sunday and on Monday. So areas stretching now through Sauk County down through Dane County into Rock County, seeing some heavier rainfall. The blue there, that bright blue color, right around an inch of accumulation. The rest of the area picking up closer to a few tenths of an inch. And some folks haven't seen any rain at all today. They haven't been able to enjoy some sunshine this evening. Of course, we did start the day off pretty cloudy. Again, some lightning in spots for us right now. We do have some stronger thunderstorms outside of Minneapolis also, so we may see some stronger storms slide in towards the La Crosse area. And now looking at a great chance for severe weather popping up for us this evening. Blue sky currently in Madison, temperature-wise right about 74, so a little below average today. Those dew points, though, close to 70, so our humidity's at 85%. It is just a little muggy outside this evening. Again, 74 in Madison, but 85 in La Crosse and 81 towards Dubuque, with our dew points hovering in the upper 60s or close to 70, so it does feel very, very humid outside. Overnight, plan on a mostly cloudy sky. Those shower chances will continue to slide southeast, so we'll have some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms possible just through the rest of this evening, not so much overnight. Wednesday right now looks mostly cloudy and quite a bit cooler with a breeze coming from the north. Temperatures will struggle to get into the 70s in the afternoon, and then by Thursday we do get some sunshine back. Not looking at much of a rain chance to build in for Thursday. That's the good news. And all this rain coming through for tonight and that chance for us on Wednesday with a cloudy sky, really not going to add up too much accumulation, maybe a few tenths of an inch if that. Most of the heavier rainfall is staying well up to the north around Eau Claire and then stretching, of course, towards Minneapolis. A little closer look at this evening. Some thunderstorms sliding through by Wednesday morning. We are mostly cloudy. Temperatures will be in the 60s for our overnight lows, and the afternoon still quite cloudy on Wednesday with a chance for a shower or two. Again, temperatures struggling to get to the 70s, so it is going to be much cooler outside. Thursday we have sunshine. We'll be close to 60 for our overnight lows on Thursday, and then in the afternoon our high temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s, so a little closer to average, but similar to today. Because it's so cloudy outside, we don't have a big drop after sunset. We'll just steadily fall through the 60s with an overnight low of about 62 in Madison. Areas of fog certainly possible again tonight because those temperatures are going to be very close to our dew points. So keep that in mind. Lower lying areas, of course, those country roads, they get a little foggy sometimes. Tomorrow afternoon will be near 70 for afternoon highs. Rather cool outside for August, but the shower and thunderstorm chances will start to pop up later on in the day with that mostly cloudy sky. Thursday we have sunshine. We're in the mid 70s. Really shouldn't be too bad of a day. Just a chance for some thunderstorms building in at night. And those storm chances linger with us into Friday and Saturday. So we wrap the work week and start the weekend off with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Unfortunately, the weekend's looking a little warmer and a little more humid. And by next week, we will be in the mid to low 80s for afternoon highs. A lot of sunshine, but it's going to be very summery there. Yeah. Lining up right with when kids go back to school. We got to get warm then, right?
Yeah, it's still summer.
It's still summer.
I talked her out of a car wash today.
I know. I was going to get my car wash, and you said, don't do it, don't do it. And you were right.
It's a good call. Yeah, very good call.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Dana. Well, this summer, many families will hit the great outdoors to go camping. But if you don't want to rough it, consider glamping. It is glamorous camping.
Nichelle Medina has a look at how this popular trend is reaching new heights.
For the Barraza family, camping is a chance to unplug and reconnect.
I like to come out as often as I can. I like to get out of the city.
But you don't have to rough it here.
You literally come with your clothes and some food, and you enjoy the atmosphere and you enjoy camping without the headache that comes along with it.
San Diego-based Alter Experiences combines the love of the great outdoors with all the comforts of a fancy retreat.
Now this looks like a 5-star resort in here. Well, then we nailed it.
From a therapeutic mattress, plush carpets, chandeliers, even a heater, it's a relaxing oasis nestled in this national forest in Southern California. Those looking to elevate the experience can sleep under the stars in a tree tent.
Is it really comfortable? It is. It's soothing, it's peaceful, it's just really a kind of magical experience.
The glamping market in the U.S. is projected to reach a revenue of $1 billion by 2024. And there are options from coast to coast. This Montana experience called Paws Up offers tents with attached bathrooms. Breakfast options include an omelet station. You can even glamp without leaving the city. On Governor's Island, just outside of Manhattan, campers can enjoy a fire while looking at skyscrapers. Of course, these options are more expensive than traditional camping. The Barrazas spend about $250 a night.
Just being out and actually, interacting with each other and having them, playing together the way we grew up.
And they can connect with nature without giving up on luxury.
Night, Mom.
Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Mount Laguna, California.
All right, maybe I would do that.
The tree tent looks pretty cool. Dana just ran back into the weather office to Google Midwest glamping to see if there's some places around here we could try.
Pretty fancy, pretty expensive too.
Yeah, but a hotel is probably comparable, don't you think? Plus, you don't get to sit around a campfire. I'm giving you the hard sell.
A nice king bed with 1,000
I'm not
couch
convincing
sheets.
you.
Still to come at 4, it is 3 words many kids don't want to hear. Back to school.
Dr. Shyla Murgain is with us with a number of ways to get your young student ready for a new school year. That's when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
This is a live look from our tower cam.
This is our favorite shot from the Edgewater cam. Look at that.
This is why you live in Madison.
Yep, that's exactly right. A little one, especially with the sailboat out there with the sails up. That's beautiful. Well, we all want our children to flourish, of course, when they go back to school. There's a lot of excitement and sometimes a little stress and anxiety, too.
There are 4 basic steps parents can focus on to help their kids start the school year with success. UW Health distinguished psychologist Shyla Murgain is here. back with us for some great information.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah.
4 steps to take.
Absolutely.
Starting with?
The first step is preparation. I would really encourage families to start getting their kids on a regular sleep schedule.
Easier said than done,
exactly.
but it's important.
Yeah, getting all those back to school supplies, involving kids in thinking about meal prep, so what lunches they want, getting all the important dates, those early releases in the family calendar, and making sure you have all the important numbers and all the cell phones at a place that are easily accessible in case an emergency comes up. They always say fortune favors a prepared mind, so we want these kiddos to be really prepared to start the school year off right.
Now, you always liked the first day of school. I always loved it. You always dreaded it, right?
Yep.
So if you have a kid who's feeling a little stressful or anxious, what are some of your ideas to prepare for that? Maybe do a little role playing?
Yeah, I would encourage families to really have a positive attitude and to validate that, yeah, kids are going to be anxious. A lot of kids might be nervous about a variety of things. Maybe it's a new school. Maybe there's a difficult class they're taking. Maybe there are tryouts to a sport they want to do. So be positive, and you might walk that child around the school. You might have them anticipate some of those difficult situations that they might encounter. And you know, and think about what they're looking forward to, what the good things that might occur during the school year. I think that helps keep that second skill, is that positive attitude throughout the year.
And encourage kids to go to, make school a positive thing.
Absolutely. And I think the third tip is just to think about problem solving. Kids encounter a whole host of scenarios and challenges. So have them problem solve interactions, like if they encounter bullying or peer pressure. Think ahead of time, how might you deal with it? And then have the child come up with their own ideas or solutions. If they can't, you could think about you generating some ideas and have your child think about which ones they might do in those difficult situations. And it's a great time when you're role playing and problem solving to really reinforce family rules and expectations and that code that we want to live with and live by as a family, and your children as well.
What is your fourth tip for success?
Yeah, my fourth tip is to be present. Kids need a lot of attention, especially at the first couple of weeks of school, so make sure you're around. Have family dinners together. There's research that shows if you eat together as a family, kids do better. And create space to hear how the day went. Listen when kids are talking about the challenges and try to validate their feelings instead of just saying, oh, get over it, you'll be fine. Listen and say, yeah, it makes sense you're feeling that. What might you do next time, or what do you need? Maybe a child just needs a hug or needs just a little of that undivided attention. And again, really reinforce that kids can handle these difficult situations. I think one of the best things parents can say is, you're going to figure this out. You can get through this. When a parent communicates that, it really fosters kids' own self-perception of being competent, capable, and confident as they go into the school year, so they can really flourish and make it a school year that counts.
But it's the end of summer, and they've been playing all summer, most kids. That's a big change.
It is, from all this unstructured time where you can sleep in, no responsibility, back to kind of that grind of school. And so again, I think if you can focus on things you can look forward to, when kids come home from school, talk about one thing that went well to make it that positive experience, and really focus on the growth and the accomplishments and the achievement, things that you feel proud of. Helps kids really feel good about transitioning back to school.
Especially for the big transition years, I would imagine, from middle school to high school or from elementary school to middle school. Having a positive attitude is probably the most important, because that can be scary.
It can, a lot of anxiety, which is really normal. And so again, just talking through it, providing that support can allow those kiddos to really transition well.
Where did the summer go?
I know, it
flew by.
You didn't lay out your clothes every year and get your lunchbox. So you and I we were destined to be friends. We probably did the same thing every single year.
Yeah, and making that first day really special like that, with a photo.
I went kicking and screaming. I didn't want to go. A terrible student. Look at where it led me. Charlotte, thanks for being with us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, if you got plant or garden or lawn questions, well, now's the time to get some answers. The number to call, 270-9933.
Lisa Briggs is standing by. She is live at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
The sunflowers.
Oh, that looks so pretty. Lisa, we'll take your calls right after the break, so call now, 270-9933.
Right now, we are focusing in on an accident on 14 eastbound, actually just south of Oregon. All lanes are blocked currently, causing significant delays along 14. The westbound side also delayed right up around that accident right now. Again, this is just south of Oregon, north of Rutland right now. All lanes are blocked on the eastbound side for the foreseeable future. Eastbound on the Beltline, we have delays stretching through Fish Hatchery Road and John Nolan. Westbound, though, things slow down right around Fish Hatch and then pick right back on up by the time you're closer to Seminole Highway. Around DeForest, things are okay. Wanakee, though, we have delays around the downtown or around the 113 area. Janesville to the Beltline about 27 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton. And our drive from Sun Prairie to downtown's gotten a little longer. It'll be about 21 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. And now, a guy popping balloons.
Oh, cool.
This visual artist is a self-proclaimed balloon destroyer. Jan Hanken Eriksson is a Norwegian artist. About a year and a half ago, he started using everyday tools to pop balloons. This is a compilation of balloon popping videos taken over the course of a few months. This video actually runs 2 minutes. We don't have time to show you all of it, but you can watch the whole thing on Twitter at Jan Eriksson.
It's a little mesmerizing and a lot of setup.
A lot of setup and a lot of balloons. Ooh, that's interesting. Wow, what's going to happen? There you go.
Okay.
I'm saying it's 2 minutes long. We are taking your plant and garden questions today.
The number to call is 270-9933. Lisa Briggs is live at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
Not busting any balloons, are you? Let's go to the phones. We got
It's
plenty.
like those guys that do the dominoes.
Yeah, same thing. Let's start with Larry in Arena. Hi, Larry.
Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
I have plantain or plantain, a broadleaf in my yard, maybe 20 by 30 foot, and I use the spot sprayer for individual plants that works fine. What do I do over that larger an area?
Well, you can use like a regular weed and feed, and you can use that for as you go into fall, or you can use, like, this is a hose end sprayer product that will keep your grass growing fine, but will kill the broadleaf weeds like plantain or dandelions or whatever else is in there. And now's a really good time as plants start to go dormant. It's a really good time to treat for them because the chemical will be drawn into the roots and will do a little more effective job of getting rid of them.
That's a great name of that product, Weed Be Gone.
Weed Be Gone.
Weed Be Gone.
All right, let's go to Jonna in Janesville. Hi there, what's your question?
Hi, I've got a big project coming up this fall. All kinds of digging up of bulbs, transferring plants and bulbs up with boxes, moving right in 2 different yards. I'm wondering what's the best time to get started with that much work ahead.
All right.
Well, as your perennials stop blooming, then you can cut the blooms back and begin digging them up, dividing them, moving them around. As far as fall, as your spring bulbs are concerned, it's a little difficult to find them because, of course, they've died back. But if you know where they are, you can carefully dig up those patches, separate those bulbs out, and then move them to other places, probably around, I would say, early October. So you could take them up now and then plant them in October. Put in a bulb boosting product, which would be, you know, sort of a broadcast fertilizer in when you plant them, and they should be fine. As far as if you're talking about summer flowering bulbs like gladiola or canna or that kind of thing, you can take them back. I would say we usually like to wait till frost, but you could dig them up early if you need to move them and then store them for the winter and then replant them next summer.
All right, a lot of work indeed. Let's go to Linda now.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Let's go to Linda in Sun Prairie. Hi, Linda.
Hi there.
What's your question?
The question I have for Lisa is, this is the second year in a row that I have planted tomatoes, and it seems like the stems on the lower portion of the plant turn yellow and have like brown spots on them, like it's dying back. What causes that? Is it all the rain, or is there something wrong with the plant otherwise?
You have a blight. And I think that there are different kinds of blight. There are 3 of them: early blight, late blight, and I forget what the other one is called. If you have the one where it's just causing the damage to the leaves on the bottom of the plant, You can cut those out and then throw them away. Don't put them in your compost. And then you can spray the plant with Revitalize. This is a biologic fungicide. And the plant will keep producing flowers and fruit. It might look a little ragged, but it won't die back. Some of the other blights are much more serious and will actually take the plants out. But you're lucky that you have one where you'll still be able to harvest fruit.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear. Has it been an okay year for blight, or has it been a tough year for tomatoes?
When blight has been getting a lot more severe the last few years, good ways to combat it are to move the places where you plant your tomatoes from year to year. That's called rotation planting. You can certainly use things like Revitalize, or Serenade is another product. You can use that preventatively. Revitalize actually works as a soil drench, so you could treat your soil when you put the crop in. But when it's hot and humid, that's perfect fungus condition. And the last couple years we've had those kind of conditions, so fungus has been really rampant.
Fungus among us.
Fungus among us.
Let's go to Sandy in Monroe. Hi, Sandy. What's your question?
Hi, I'm calling for Lisa to see. I have a sedum in our garden, and it's gotten huge, and I'd like to transplant it and see if I could split it also. So when would be the best time to transplant that?
Best time to split is in the spring. So enjoy where it is right now, and then cut it back at the end of the season. And then next spring, when you first start to see those little leaves come up, you can dig up the whole clump, get a sharp, this is a time to sharpen your flat-bladed shovel, and you can just cut it in pieces and then move it around.
All right. Okay, let's get to Thelma in McFarland. Hi, Thelma. What's your question?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Hey, Lisa, quick question. I was thinking of starting bonsai, and I just wanted to check what's a good fertilizer and how much sun do I need.
Okay.
Well, the sunlight is determined by the kind of bonsai that you have. So say you have one of the evergreen ones, like a juniper bonsai, that's going to need a lot more sun than, say, if you're working with Japanese maples, which would like protection from the hot part of the day. As far as fertilizer is concerned, I'm not a bonsai person, but my runner, Matt, just handed me Bonsai Pro, which is a really good fertilizer. Bonsais, a lot of times you will be cutting back the roots to keep them contained and to slow down the growth rate. So this is a really good product that's specifically for that kind of planting.
Bonsai Pro says it all.
Bonsai Pro.
All right, we're out of time. Thanks, everyone, for calling in. We'll do this again very soon. Lisa, thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be right
good
back
to see you, too.
We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
Are we role play that?
Keep the rain gear handy.
Yes, yes, we're not out of the woods with the showers. Of course, we do still have some isolated showers and a few thunderstorms possible this evening. It's mostly cloudy outside. You can see the rain right now heading from Brock into Walworth County with the heavier rainfall. Iowa, though, in the western edge of Dane County, seeing some showers. Grant County also seeing a little bit of lightning there around Platteville and some showers towards Camp Douglas and the Dells. Heavier rainfall up towards Minneapolis, and as far as those temperatures are concerned, it's still very warm and humid outside this evening. So we might see a little bit of a cool down for tomorrow, but the showers will be popping back up again for our Wednesday afternoon.
And Thursday.
And Friday. So yeah, we're on a bit of a pattern here right now.
All right, tomorrow here on Live at 4, we go to Botham Vineyards in Barneville celebrating its 30th anniversary.
Yeah, we'll hear more about their key to longevity, and they suffered a big setback this year as well. And Madison resident Takima Ballantyne was just crowned Miss Black USA. She'll join us in the studio tomorrow on Live at 4.